Hello and welcome everyone, this is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with the 2018 Blood Bowl 2 World Cup. All brought to you by Asus, Republic of Gamers, Cyanide, Focus Home, and Games Workshop, where the first place winner will receive $3,000, second place $1,500, third and fourth $1,000 apiece. Not only that, a nice gaming PC to boot, and of course, more prizes than that to shake a stick at. So of course here we are winding down the round one coverage, and here all around the league, Drix Assassins, the Wood Elf team taking out Stringer Bell's Necromancy team 4-1. Holy crap. And then Striker OD, wow, the Dwarven team with the Death Roller, but it wasn't about the Death Roller this day, it was about the Cavalier ball handling. 2-1 for his way over Norus High Elf team, then 2-1 over Gdanik Wolfbark. Going to be winning that one, and Unger taking out Andy Z's human team on that mirror human matchup. Valiopia living up to the Bashius team, winning one over the Dark Elf team 2-1, and then still says 1-0 over Blade 2993. The Sage eking one out against the Khemri team, and then moves on here. Mr. Light, the Dwarven team, is going to be able to grind it out against a very strong Skaven team, Chubaron. And then of course the Grey Bumblebee, the Russian Necromancy team, moving past the Wood Elf team, and we'll take on RTSD's Necromancy team, the Kobayashi Maru, taking out the Humans Tessa's team. Of course, the Ord team only going to have a couple here today, and this Ord team though not going to be up to the challenge to this Lizard team. Fufule going to be able to take them out 2-0 to face off against Eos Necromancy team, where he did take out the famed notorious NOOB. We are going to see this Lizardman team and the Elven Union play in the later bits of this cast, but of course Nacho Bill will fall to Philadius' Lizardman team, and will be facing off here. Naproxy versus Philadius, where Naproxy a little bit of an upset over Ducky, but of course Naproxy also going to be a good coach in his own right. Of course, Sprinter, Dark Elf team, did take out the Xbox coach of Gnome Slayer. Dark Elf team moves on to face off against the Wood Elf team of Wolfbanesons against Adant. Wow, Adant losing it to Wolfbanesons Wood Elf team. You would think that if anything, this other Dwarf team would have moved on, because he's just nice and bashy. And what a great round one matchup from a little bit later on. Of course, Danak, the Amazon team, the Canards, and then the Orc team of Durn. We're going to see that in just a few. You just hold your horses. Who's going to win that one? But of course, Chaos Dwarf team taking out the Norse team of the True Blue. Who knew that the only single races that were chosen would be facing off against one another? Unfortunately, one of them has to go out, and it's going to be the Norse team. And then next up, Al Bundy's human team, winning it 2-1 against Spartaco. Big upset there. And then Wentras here 2-0 here against Chelsea's Wood Elf team. And then Crystal Hunter takes one here against the Orc team. Yet another Orc team taking a fall there. Will we see Durn's Orc team, the last Orc team to see about surviving? Ooh, that's going to be the question. 1-0 for Crystal Hunter, where he'll face off against Ever's human team, the Aragon Stars. And again, humans doing fairly well, but are they really? I believe I see, what, 9 wins and 7 losses for humans, and again, something like 6 wins and 5 losses for Wood Elf team. So the two meta races have been about 50-50, haven't been overwhelmingly winning it. So yeah, Kabusta's human team, Humansky Rybki, and we'll take out Steve's human team in that mirror matchup. So Kabusta will move on and get another mirror matchup. Arzawain, the human team, will be winning it against Mr. Marvel's Dwarven team, and of course Andre, the human team, another mirror matchup between him and Debaser. Debaser falling to Andre 2-1, and then Yagu 2-1 over Pupak's Necromantic team. TYS 123 Amazon team is going to be making it through against the High Elf team, Queenie's Queens, but will face off against the hottest coach here in 2018 Blood Bowl, Andy Dowell's Dark Elf team. It's all about meme, but he did have to go through Bernie Buffin's human team, another hot coach from the PS4, but unfortunately going to be falling a little bit short. And then Ornan's 2-0 against Chapsu's Wood Elf team. The human team moves on, no surprise there, I suppose. But of course, the Wood Elf team of Jimmy Fantastic did take out Ashigal's Dwarven team, just being able to outmaneuver them by the end and win the game 2-1. Now let's go ahead and get into our Blood Bowl coverage. Yes. And we are going to start this thing off, and we're going to start off strong. Junior84 taking on Ariockan's Elven team, the Pro Elf team. Ooh, yes. I'm really excited to see this match today. Pro Elves versus Lizard. A really great matchup between the two. One is going to be renowned for the bash plays, and the other one, well, they're going to be known for lots of passy plays. Junior84, though, is going to be playing the Lizard team, the Hamburg Carnivoran crew. Lizard Man team taking on the Ariokkans, Red Fire Spirits, the Pro Elf team, or should I say Elven Union, as we await the kickoff coin toss. And now we are going to see the skills for both sides. Alright, now, so wrestle here for that catcher, and then the leader thrower, can't blame him there. And of course, the blodge step for both the blitzers, so dangerous. Oh man, this is going to be tough to deal with, especially for Lizards with no tackle. For SARS with the block ability, at least they'll be able to bash down the Line Elves, but not so easily these blodge step blitzers. That could be the difference in today's match. It appears though the Pro Elves will be kicking off to the Lizard Man team, and we are underway. Of course, now in my preliminary prediction, who did I say I like? I like the Pro Elves. Hey, look at that. And again, the reason why is because I like the blodge step blitzers. Of course, the Lizard Man team can definitely get the bashes off and maim, murder, kill the other team, and that is what they're going to have to go and rely on. But boy, without any tackle, those blodge steppers, oh man, they'll be able to rule. And not only that, another catcher here with the tackle ability, with the dodge ability, and of course no tackle ability, won't be so easy to take out that catcher. But of course the block SARS, however, they should find themselves a little bit stuck in the front lines because of one agility. And if they get too much into a bash fight, then they might find themselves a little bit out of range, or perhaps even gonna have to do some desperation 5+ dodge. I don't know. But to answer the question will be seen on the pitch. 3 rerolls each. Of course, the Pro Elf team is gonna have that leader, so they'll also start with 3 and make that 4 now with the big kickoff event. Apo here for the Pro Elves, definitely a need for them, but no Apo for the Lizard Man team. I guess no real need to worry about anything, except you're only going to have, what, 5 skinks at least. I suppose you got 5 skinks, so not too bad. Hey, what's going on, Insane? Insane? Sorry about that. How are you doing today? We are watching some first round action from the World Cup, Blood Bowl 2. And we're going to see how these Pro Elves are going to perform in today's matchup. Next up though, don't you guys go away too far from your screen. We're going to see Orcs take on the Amazons, where the Orc team hopefully will be able to take out the Amazon team with this Tackle Mighty Blow Blitzer. But we have seen Tackle Mighty Blow Blitzers of just about a lot of teams falter, where they probably should have got a lot of injuries. So we'll see. There's the blitz. Trying to get down some of these Pro Elves. No injury, just gonna be a stun. And that's gotta be a little bit of a heartbreak there for the Lizard Man team, but no problem. Can't expect to break armor all the time. And there's a skate running up. We'll go ahead and get to the midfield straight away and see what the Pro Elves has to offer. One of their biggest weapons is their catchers. 8 movement allowance for them with the 4 agility, and does have that catch skill inherent with that. The catch skill inherent with that Nerves of Steel. So strong, babies. So strong. Skink actually coming up there to do the foul on that Pro Elf Blitzer. Wow. And I'm actually going to put all the skills up so that people can kind of see the difference here between what the positionals are going to be. And that's going to be a little bit helpful. I guess right now not too many skills on the board to really clutter up things. So this will definitely help out. Ooh, you can feel the dodge there. But we'll actually be able to get away and also get the big hit in on the Sars with the both down die. And that's going to be wonderful. And the thrower with that leader ability will step back and hang back for the time being. Insane, thank you so much for that follow. Much appreciated. Injury there on the Pro Elf. Of course, a little bit expected there with the armor 7. No problem though, as you can see on the Pro Elf lineup, they are going to have one extra lineman to come in as well. So, Apothecary and extra line elf. Oh boy, this is going to be such a good matchup here for the Pro Elves. I mean, the Lizardman team will also be happy to see this as well, because then the Sars and the Crossboard line is going to be able to rule their faces and make things quite uncomfortable here to deal with, especially with that scheme continuing to foul, and will finally get out the Blood Step Blitzer and will force out the Apothecary usage, and he will be saved but won't be back in the next bit. Unfortunately there, Pro Elf team hanging out that Blitzer a little bit high and dry, and will be fouled out, and no call on the foul either. And so this is probably the master plan here coming out from the Lizardman team. Just continuously get those fouls off, get as many of those positionals as possible, especially those Blood Step Blitzers, and win the day. And of course, the Pro Elves now going to be down 2, both to big injuries, and so only going to be able to have 9 personnel on the pitch, and will make the screen going up a little bit more difficult to maintain, as the Lizardman team with their high move now skink will be able to just outfox the Pro Elf team if need be. But there, nice injury there on the skink. Good return here on the injuries, making sure that it's a little bit more square on the pitch. Sure, it's just a skink, but with each skink that goes out, we're one step closer to winning the ball game a little easier, because no skinks to control the ball. Who else? Who else is ball handling? Sure, I guess the Sars can do it if they end up picking up the ball, or maybe they get kicked out of bounds on the kickoff and then they can just give it off to them. But otherwise, it is going to be a little bit hell to pay to try to do anything else with it. Say some type of emergency situation, maybe you got to pass or even hand off to another Sars with the 1 agility. Not the most best of plays that you can possibly make. So skinks now definitely need to watch their lives. They may see some more fouls. I think if it's the Blood Step Blitzer, you continue to foul him, but anyone else, you may want to just hold off on the skink fouls. Otherwise, that would be really bad. And of course, the Lizardman team, one of those teams in which in the early TV 1000, then you're going to be able to start off with all your Stars, all your Crocs to go, and of course with the 4 skinks. No excuse to build your team any other way. I don't care who you think you are. You need to build them that way. Otherwise, mud on your face. Absolute mud. Now though, Lizard team will at least have that and be a little bit better off for it. 8 move allowance skink with that stunty and the dodge could definitely get to places you don't normally think about, and that's always going to be the worry. I'm actually playing an underworld team in some other league right now, and right now I'm just trying to use my gobos to the best of their abilities, but sometimes they get a little bit nuffled as well and can't break through. And boy, I had a 50% surf on the sideline, couldn't pull it off. Oh, 1 die block, and that's the thing here. Early TV, not a lot of guys with that block ability, and so they're gonna end up doing some things that they're not gonna want to do ever so pleasantly. But we'll do the 1 die block coming out from the thrower. Not only that, we'll step on through. We'll be happy to follow with the Sars and not stay base to base with that block Sars. So that was a very crucial little detail to note right here. Don't want to be easily bashed down. You want to make them earn it with the defender down. The defender stumbles at least. Of course, with the croc score, with the prehensile tail, you really want to put him to the best use. Stick him in basing range of a lot of elves, but it appears though we'll go ahead and just make it to where he will block off this right side passage, make the sprawl movement to the right just a little bit easier instead of putting the croc score right there for perhaps the 3+ dodgeaways, in which forcing the Pro Elf team to do would be quite ideal. And of course, the more you watch Blood Bowl, the more you realize that there is definitely going to be a lot of skill involved here. A lot of thinking, a lot of positional play here that you have to consider. Otherwise, you're going to have to end up getting yourself out of trouble and using more luck, more dice rolls to get yourself out. And of course, the more dice rolls you make, then the higher the chance that you will get nuffled in the long run. There is the 1 die block coming out on the Crocs. Defender stumbles, and that will help out things. Don't know if you want to blitz with the big guy that can bonehead it, of course, but if he does, then 2 die block and Mighty Blow could be ideal against these Armor 7 Pro Elves. There's the missed dodge, no rerolls there, only 2 left. Wants to hold it here for the rest of the rounds, can't blame him there. And that's definitely going to be a good thing here. Bonehead's not going to miss, but no blitz, but no problem though. Wants to hold it here, get these 2 die blocks on the front line. Oh boy, so far the armor has been breaking left and right for this Pro Elf team. 2 injuries and now a stun there on the pitch. Just a stun, but still, always gotta be a worry every time you see a down die, both down die, because just that fleeting moment you just think, oh boy, is this gonna be his last day on Earth? And it appears it's gonna be KO, another armor break. And that will definitely help things out. This man team should be able to score it rather easily now, being up. What is it? Being up 3 guys now? Yeah, 11 on 8 at the moment. So then the normal thing here is if you can injure all the way down. Well, no, actually not 11. It's gonna be 10 on 8. But if you can injure down to where your cage can still be put up and you can still lay the path here and continue to beat up your opponent, then that is really great, and that's exactly what the Lizardman team needs to do. Keep this cage up, get the Crocs out with the Saurus line, continue to beat on the Elves, and look at that, it's going to be able to square them away. That's the bad thing about being down so many guys on the pitch. Now they're being surrounded up, and at this point it's almost like, okay, survival time here. But hopefully continue to get the down dice himself, and he does. The finger stumbles there. And not only that, should be able to blitz through a little bit and at least put some semblance of defense. As I said before though, the touchdown should be a little bit easier to attain at this point. And the Pro Elves, they are not going to be pulling the punches any longer. Wants to go ahead and base up the Saurus right there with that block. Earlier, as you saw there, he was reluctant to stay base to base with them. Now, seeing how it's going to be about turn 6, turn 7 coming up, Lizard team will like to move the ball a little bit further up the line. Of course, Elves would like to stop them from doing it, and the best way to do that is just continue to try to get aggressive against the other team and make it to where they're going to start missing blocks or something. Maybe even perhaps bait them out and maybe push them against this harder screen coming up right there. But of course, Pro Elf team with just 8 on the pitch, as you can see there. Nice little maneuver here to the right side. And as I said before, Skink loads of movement allowance, and you can't cover the entire pitch. So Lizardman team continues to put his nice big cage up, and as you can see there, left side, now that the Pro Elves are a little bit more heavily committed on the left side, hopefully we'll be able to switch over here. The Crocs go here, anywhere. Looks like it's going to be above here. Doesn't want to get sliced off from the touchdown zone. I can't blame him there. But again, putting the Crocs go right here would have been nice, or maybe even right there as well. So as to make the Pro Elves continue to make those 3+ dodges everywhere you look. Lizardman team looking so good here in the first half. Injuries, movements, beautiful, checking all the boxes of your offensive series. And this is looking quite comfortable. Of course, you can't ever really relax in Blood Bowl, but if he does not make this touchdown, I will be quite surprised here. As I drink my Coca-Cola Classic. And there you go. As you can see there, Elves, they don't want to get too bashy. So, wanting to stay away, they did opt to be here on defense to kick the ball away to the Lizardman team, and because of that, Lizard team is able to get a few more bashes out here and there. Break the armor, and then moving to the winning position. There you go. Again, once again, Elves have to kind of react a little bit strongly to the right side movement, but again, Lizard team able to just lay up a screen there, put up a big cage, and be quite comfortable where he's sitting. It's not like we're dealing with any leap war dancers or anything like that, but that is going to be the one thing to note here. This Lizardman team definitely got to be feeling good about not meeting. Heck, I think a lot of Lizardman teams did not meet a Wood Elf team in the first round there, because Skinks are highly vulnerable to those war dancers with the leap, and not only that, but they're able to get in there with either the strip ball and the other one with tackle, as we've seen in this tournament. Just about everyone taking the war dancers with both of those skills, and just about all the Lizardman teams avoided those Wood Elves and didn't need to see them in the first round whatsoever. So hopefully by the time they do see a Wood Elf, then they will have gotten Sure Hands or Blodge or something like that. Don't forget to note, this World Cup tournament is a resurrection tournament. And not only that though, the good old admins from the CCL, they will be working a little bit overtime and putting the skills manually on the team themselves. So they're able to have a progression tournament as well as just a resurrection one. So some pretty nice stuff there. Big foul coming up with the Croc score with the touchdown just about assured. Pro Elf team will just go in, try to get some bashes up by the end. Heck, even use a reroll there, why not? To try to get some more out of this. Well, actually the reroll was warranted because he did get a little bit 1-9 there, but did just get a push afterwards, and after just one blitz, we should see the Lizard team get the score and finally move up. But is this catcher a little bit vulnerable to attacks? That's going to be the question. And it looks like he's going to get pounded on for his troubles of standing right there. It's going to be a huge 3-die blitz even, but just going to be a defender stumbles. But that's going to be good enough. No dodge on that catcher, so we'll be able to take him down, but no worse for wear, as Junior84's Hamburg Carnivoran crew will score it 1-0 and go up against the Pro Elves. But of course, Pro Elves, if you're not used to being down 1 or 2 guys, then you're playing the wrong team, damn it. And only being down 1 due to an injury does have a personnel to come in from the sideline, so the Pro Elf team will be able to field a full complement of 11 for the offensive series coming up after round 8. Of course, Lizardman team, not too many injuries himself, will just have a skink. But of course, Pro Elves, being the wily team that they are, will have blitzers with 7 move allowance, and of course sidestep for the easier 1-turn touchdown movement, or if they wanted to get a catcher with the 8 movement allowance 1-turn touchdown try. So we'll see which way this is gonna be coming up. Lizard team gonna be putting a position to where they can hopefully be able to stop this 1-turner, if anything. Looks like the 1-turn touchdown might be coming out here on this left side. And the blitz coming out, so it's going to be a little bit difficult one, but at least he'll have a chance to get some pushes. Ooh, with the quick snap, that means he could use this Saurus up here to do the pushings with. And that, my friends, is wonderful. Now you can blitz over the top here and then get the push here, and he comes up this way, and then he's able to get another Pro Elf right there, and then he's able to get him over there. So just going to be a couple of pushes, and this is going to be so good. And oh boy, going to get the skulls on the first roll, but the defender down, die, and that's it. Well, anyways, they were actually punching this way, so I guess no long-term touchdown try was being attempted. Well, maybe they were actually thinking about getting the push here on the center. I'm not sure about what they were going to do there. Oh well. Did get a little bit knuffled on the dice, and all of it's going to become just a little bit moot. Here's the blitz coming up, and as you can see right there, even though it is through some traffic, we'll be able to get the 2-die blitz out, and we'll be at least be able to push him back into range to get more 2-die blocked, and there you go. And Armor 9 holds up. No need for a vanity pass, but probably going in inertia at this point. Because this is not a progression tournament. But it is 1-0. Junior84's Hamburg Carnivoran crew, the Lizard team, will be able to get into the second half, play some defense. These guys full complement as well. 11-on-11 Blood Bowl action. I love it. Can't get any more neutral than this. And it is going to be the Pro Elves high flying action. So we're likely to see what we call, and this is the reason why they have garnered their nickname, the Pro Elf team. What they like to do is hang back the pass like normal, real professional football from the United States. So they just kind of hang back the pass while their catchers go out for the pass, and then by the end of the round, or by the end of the half, they just move in there, throw to the catcher, and it doesn't even matter if you base them up because of the nerves of steel. You can have them completely surrounded. It's still going to be a 2+ pass, and then they just easily dodge away like elves do, and then get the quick little score. And thus, Pro Elves. High kick, and that's going to be great. We'll be able to position the leader thrower right then and there in a beautiful spot. Sometimes he might even hang back by himself. He's got some fairly good movement on 6 right there. And usually the nice thing to take with him is maybe taking something to help with the pass skill. But again, thrower with that pass skill, and then the catchers with the catch skill. This little pitch and catch to each other, not a big deal. Hey, what's going on, Philip Proctor? KO coming out. Oh, and that is great. That will definitely help things out for the Pro Elf team, especially in the front line there. Oh, but that's not going to help whatsoever. And that is a little bit too bad. Gonna have to spend one of the precious 3 rerolls. And does have that one fan factor to help out on the kickoff rolls, but so far, high kick on that one, and then in the earlier half we saw a, I think, brilliant coaching in which both sides gained a reroll. Oh, there's a nice injury, and of course, no apothecary from the Lizard team, and now suddenly, whoa, 2 Saurus down to a KO, and the Lizard Saurus out. Look at that, so potent on all of those attacks. You couldn't get any better than that if you are the Pro Elf team. And I think actually I missed the KO'd Saurus going out, or staying out into the second half here. So it was actually 11-on-10 Blood Bowl action, but nonetheless, Pro Elves continue to add on to all the hits, and that's kind of the reason why you see at least one of the Pro Elves. In fact, I think it's quite prudent for at least 1 or 2 elves on your team to get the guard, so that you can get those bashes and create that hole. I mean, just get that little hole that's necessary to punch on through, and then you'll be able to get the touchdown a whole lot easier. How many times have I seen Elves just struggle to get by the front line because, oh no, I can't punch through, I can't make any space. But with the guard catcher, that's precisely what he does. Helps out on these attacks and gains a little bit more on the advantage, especially on the offensive side of the ball things, and then be able to get that touchdown. Dodge around, blitz, and we'll use that glide step blitzer to the maximum ability. In the round here, we'll still continue to have 2 of them, but the blitz coming out and actually going to be using loads of rerolls. And so again, glide step blitzer hanging way out there in the backfield. But I don't know if the Lizard Man team wants to do some fouls this time on the block step, but of course it is a big worry. Ooh, it's going to be sent off there on that foul, and I can't believe that. Just didn't want to pass up the foul. I guess I can't blame them there, but Elves, though, their guys cost a little bit more, and of course, when you think about team value-wise, that's a huge loss of team value on the pitch. So sure, there's going to be a couple injuries coming out and a couple of KOs on the Lizard team, but you have now reduced your chances by a good bit by getting that foul off and not really getting much out of it. You have to kind of get something out of it if you're going to be fouled out like that, but just continuing to get a stun, that is almost not even worth it. But I can't blame him there. I can't blame the thinking. I like it. Elven team was up quite a number of guys there, but don't forget, these 2 KO guys come back and suddenly it is the same amount of people on the pitch. But the trade-off there, if the skink gets fouled out, it's not a big deal. But the block step blitzer again, and this time he's going to get fouled out. But again, like I said, skink for a block step blitzer, I'll take that trade. I will take it. And that's precisely what the Lizard team does. And now the block step blitzer's out, and the Pro Elves have lost one of their key players. I mean, again, like in the first half, we have seen the Lizard team go out on a limb to foul those block step blitzers and actually have worked out quite well. And right there again, the injury. So good for the Lizard team. Gonna get called out on the foul, but still with 3 skinks, that's plenty of guys to play the offensive series. All you really need is 1, but would like to have at least 2, if not 3, for the offensive series, just in case one does go down. Then you still have somebody that can still make the pickup rolls, can do the catch, can do the dodges if necessary. But as you can see now on the pitch, it is just a little bit worse, just because of that one little foul there, and then the block step blitzer being big time out of position. But there, another KO. Maybe be able to make up for some things here and there. And the block step blitzer is going to continue to stay in range of getting smacked around by the Saurus. Turn 11. Pro Elf team. Will they be pressured into scoring early to give the Lizard team a bit of a earlier shot to perhaps win it in regulation, or is this one going into overtime where the Pro Elf team will be able to hold it for the rest of the rounds? Moving there, testing the bone hand, and likely to just kind of end up either here or over the top. Looks like he's going for the over the top play. No, he's going to stand right in the middle there. Just wanting to threaten, as I've said, the touchdown. Elven team likely going to have to score it now with these skinks in range. Croxor right there. It's going to be tough. Might actually be able to set up shop again here in the middle if he blitzes down that skink. So that might not be too out of the question at this point. And it kind of looks like that's what they're doing. Yes, indeed. Looks like it will be a failed catch, but no problem. And there's actually going to be the handoff. And move in. Needs to blitz down that skink, if anything. Good thing no 1 in 36 is there on that. Will be able to take down the skink. He's going to have to square him away so that he doesn't have an easier shot at the ball. Will make things a little bit more difficult for him. And now, yes, the ball carrier is going to be a little bit safer for it. And I see there a nice little double screen there, just to make sure that the Lizard team doesn't just blitz through and then touch the ball carrier and force out the 1 in 36 try at the touchdown. And not only that, but continue to get the pressure and make it to where the Pro Elf team will have to be forced to score it. But there, the cross score actually had hung out there and then base any of the Pro Elves. And as I said before, I would have liked to see the cross score continue to base up with many of these Armor 7 agility players. Sure, they're going to dodge away, but it'd be a 3+ now because of the Prince of Tail. Eventually, they're going to miss. And like I said, I'm playing an Underworld team right now, and doing 3+ dodge is not my favorite, guys. There's the movement. Wow, will continue to get these fouls off. I love it from both players. Don't get me wrong, but the ref, he's got his glasses on. Hell, he's wearing binoculars. Like, hey, I see that. And now we are seeing the deficit grow even bigger for the Pro Elf team. Holy crap. Yeah, I know, it's a little quiet out there, guys. You guys can speak up. Don't feel like you can't. There's a fair good amount of you in the chat, so I guess you guys are just enamored of what's going on. The Blood Bowl pitch. I guess can't blame you. This is quite thrilling at the moment. Whenever you see agility versus bash, I think the natural thing here is to just say, oh, I want the agility teams to just do something a little bit crazy and wild, and maybe take the win. See some magic. You know, all this Pro Elf fouling, it's just a little madness. I can definitely understand if you are up a lot of injuries, but they aren't. They're just kind of going pound for pound. I mean, at this point, they are up KOs, and that's it. But the KO guys can come back. Looks like the Pro Elves will be able to hold the ball the distance and be all right. Turn 14. No big threats coming up anywhere anytime soon. Indeed, Piphead. Indeed. They are the most well-suited of all the elves to do it, but man, right now it's just, you kind of need to make sure that you have that advantage going in, and right now they don't. Especially with those fouls coming out, being called on them. The dodge away. Trying to get there. Probably just want to get a little scare on the. Probably just want to get the push here, get the scare on. And if he does end up getting the push, then push him into the touchdown and then get into the 16th round. You don't get. You're gonna get KO rolls for those guys, but you don't get sent off rolls. That'd be kind of funny. What is it for the Goblin team? Don't they have something a little bit like that? Yeah. Or is it oh, it's something to do with like an extra like look at their bribe or something like that. I forgot. People let Sneaky want to be, yeah. Oh yeah, that would definitely make Sneaky Git a whole lot better. But then when you think about it even more, if they do that, then Sneaky Git gets a little bit too powerful, and then suddenly these stunty teams will be following you left and right, and then you'll be like, come on, man. But I guess these tier 3 stunty teams really need it, so I suppose you can't blame them. Nice little push here, and we'll be able to get him a little bit in the back of the end zone. Nicely done. Nicely done there, Crocs. But the dodge away, forcing the 1 in 36. Yes, we'll be able to get through. No Nuffle there today. 1-1. Ariockan says, no problem. I've got this, ladies and gentlemen. But nice little try there by the end. There's a team, Junior84, trying to play a little defense. And there's the KO rolls, and they're coming back here except for one of them. And of course, no sent-off rolls. And as you can see on the pitch, whew, KO Saurus stays out, 3 injuries, but 4 going out there, so it's even on the pitch. Absolutely even on the pitch. And usually, Lizard team, they start going down 1 or 2 stars, and then suddenly their power is not so well powerful. But given that the Pro Elf team, they too are equal in numbers, it's about the same-ish. Skinks though are going to be a little bit more unprotected, as the Stars and Crocs line might be getting the bashes in. But this is overtime period, so there's a team, if they do end up getting the coin flip in the overtime period, you better believe the thing that they're going to do is just get their Skinks up there, get the bashes on, cage up hard here, maybe get the quickie touchdown. Don't want to deal with these elves for too much longer. Well, they can just pound the ground, I suppose. And watch as the elves just bounce off the Saurus cage there. So they can kind of execute this in quite a number of ways. Perfect defense. Of course, Lizard team can make one-move touchdowns themselves, but it didn't look like they were kind of set up for it, really. And because of that, we'll hide the key players in the way backfield. Oh, nice. Deep kick there. Gonna have to make him spend the one little blitz. Gonna get scolded for his troubles. But at least the reroll is good. And oh yes, nice armor break and the KO right there. So boom! We'll be able to take him down. Earlier the apothecary being used. And so hopefully the skink will have his chance at glory with the 2-die block. Setting up for the riot. Yeah, I like that. Yes, you're right about that. You're right about that, Tom Schnizzle. One of the things you have to consider here going into overtime was that actually worth the reroll to actually get the bash in? Because in the overtime period, you still carry over the rerolls, and not only that, but penalty kickoffs add to it. So one of those things where Lizardman team may not have been thinking too much, but I suppose having loads of rerolls on your side and just thinking, you know what, I'll be down to 2 rerolls, the other team has 2 as well, this is not going to set me back by too much, I guess. And did get the KO on it, so if the KO guy continues to stay out, then worth it, but unfortunately not worth it here. So KO personnel comes back, and Pro Elf team, small win right there. Lizard team actually did use the reroll, and there the coin flip is going to be for the Lizard team. And of course, in overtime period, just in case you guys don't know, it's going to be sudden death overtime, so the first person who scores a touchdown will win the match. Now the Pro Elves setting themselves up. Going to get close to the line. Maybe there's going to be a blitz. Maybe there's something going to be a drop ball. Don't forget Skinks, no sure hands or anything like that. And 3+ on the pickup. 2 more rerolls. Might actually see some nuffling. And hopefully the pros will be able to capitalize here. Kind of the reason why I too like to set up my elves in such a close formation to the line. I'm just waiting for that blitz, baby. I am absolutely waiting. Don't you guys go away though. More Blood Bowl action to be had. We're going to have Orcs versus Amazons coming up. So riot, and that's not going to affect too many guys. You've only 300 hours of Blood Bowl 2 and you've only ever used Lizard teams? Yes, indeed. Well, you know, it's going to be one of those things where if you play a race, you might as well get quite good at it. And that's definitely something to be said about it as well, because I mean, heck, even streamers do it too, right? They play a bunch of teams and a bunch of different teams, of course, right? Because they're streaming. But then they start drawing a lot of games or just not really winning so much as they are used to. But it's just one of those things where if you're not used to playing a team, then, and you're already a good coach, then you're likely going to end up with more draws at first until you get kind of used to the play style, used to some things that may work, what doesn't work here for your race. So that definitely helps out. Lizard team cost himself all the LOS blocks here in the front line with the weird lineup. You're right about that, Artemis Black. Lizard team just didn't want to get the bashes on the front line for some unknown reason. I mean, they're the Lizard team. Go and bash, damn it. Well, they're just going to see the Pro Elves dodge away. 2+2+3+ there by the end. And going to get it all, no problem. It is going to be an interesting series, as you can see, without so many people on the pitch, especially for the Lizard team. What is it, 8 personnel here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 8 on 8 at the moment. Yes, it is. And so, Lizard team, being down so many guys, wants to put up a cage, but not going to have an easy way of finding one. And I think we're going to see the skink handoff here to this guy there, and then maybe put up a screen over there for maybe, looks like he's got the 3-point cage here. Yeah, this skink's going to come up and get the other point right there, and so the cage is coming up after the handoff to that skink there. I said this one there, but this skink works too. Oh, but the GFI! Oh no! Gonna have to use the reroll there, and hopefully no nuffling, and no nuffling there, but this skink's gonna have to make his way over, and he's gonna have to do a GFI if he's gonna make it all the way, but it looks like nope, it's not gonna be the case. Pro Elves will have to now react to this, but now the Lizard team is down to 1 reroll left. Will it go the other way? As you can see there, does have that Blodge Step Blitzer, and he's all surrounded up. But he is going to be in range-ish of the touchdown area, and that's always got to be a good feeling. There's going to be the hit there. Oh, but it's not coming out from the Blodge Stepper. Just going to be coming from the lineman with no skills, and gonna have to re-roll that. So 1 re-roll left for the Pro Elf team. Coming down to the wire now, Lizard team. Will he falter? Or will it be the Pro Elves' time to shine? Looks like they got the big surround up on this cage near the sideline. Defender stumbles, open things up here. And no real outlet receiver, unless maybe you're thinking about giving it to Sars, I guess. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Defender stumbles, defender down died. That's going to help out on the right side. Things are opening up. Skinks here. Yes, he's going to be able to get a push here as well. So all the guys touching up. It will not be touching the cage any longer. There's the blitz coming out. And it looks like we'll be able to clear the way. Skink, is he in range? Yes, he is. I think the Lizard team might just take this all the way to the bank and cash it right here, right now. Not going to be daunted by the 2 GFIs. Or will he just continue to stay in range? Oh, no, I don't know. This is too close for comfort. Sars hanging back just in case things go wrong, and there is going to be the sign right here. The dodge away. Wow, on the 3+2+2+, and we'll be able to get the score. After all, Junior84, he's tired of playing, and he's going to go into the locker room. 2-1 winner. Wow. I thought he was going to hold it there. For Inkling there, I just thought, okay, no, he's going to go for, no, he's not going to go for it. I just thought he was going to hold it for a little bit longer there because he did clear the cage and he could possibly hold it for another little bit. But I think the thinking here was, well, I'm going to be able to clear the cage, but I won't be able to really move it. So I might as well just go for it before the Elven team's able to reset their defense and put up a better screen here. And then suddenly I can't be in range of this touchdown. So there you have it. Lizard team going to be able to make it past the Pro Elves. Man, that was definitely a good match there. Loads of armor breaks, and there was actually loads of armor breaks on both sides. 3 KOs, 2 injuries. That KO'd Sars never coming back really weighed down the Lizard team and really made them suffer. And heck, if the overtime period, you gotta think, if the Pro Elf team would have gained the coin toss, then it likely would be the Pro Elf team at this point making it to the next tournament. It's gonna be one of those things where equally strength coaches, equally skilled teams, and it just all kind of just comes down to the coin flip. Don't you guys go away. More Blood Bowl action as we can see the Orc team take on the Amazon team. Let's check out the brackets as we fill in the score for Junior84. Look at that. Lizard team getting a little bit more votes there, but really came down to the coin flip in the overtime period. And we're going to see Durin taking on Donna, the Amazon team, the Canards WC, ICBBL, the PS4 Pariah. Coming up next, I'm just going to take a quick little sipping of my Coke here just to get my throat a little bit unparched. And I'll be right back, guys. Of course, if you haven't already and you haven't done so, please hit the follow button. Definitely helps me out in the long run. And if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe button, like my videos, and hopefully I'll see some more Blood Bowl action and of course more strategy role-playing games to boot. But I'll see you in just a moment. Be right back.